Welcome to Oz's Online Gym. Continuing with my craze for baked crunchy things, I'm going to be making something very similar to what we did last time, the baked protein bars. But in my quest to simplify all my ingredients, I'm going to be only using my protein powder, cocoa powder, and peanut butter. That's it. So I work out at 5:30. I have my breakfast around 7:30, and around 10:30 I usually have my coffee with protein powder in it. So what I started doing the last few days is instead of putting the protein powder in the coffee because it just goes down super fast, I enjoyed eating something more substantial, which is the same amount of calories, same everything, in fact the same exact ingredient, just when I put it in the microwave and bake it the way you saw. In fact, before I forget, I need my baking soda too. So when I bake it in the microwave like that, I end up with maybe 5-6 protein bars with just the same amount of calories and the macros I had just drinking the coffee, which in this case is 140 calories from the protein for one scoop and 20 calories from the cocoa powder. And it's up to you to add the peanut butter or not. I like having it. I will be putting 1 tablespoon, which is going to be about 80 calories. That's it. I'm going to take my protein, one scoop, done. So there's my protein. I'll put cocoa powder, this is about 2 tablespoons worth. There you go. And I'm already going to start mixing this. So I don't even add stevia or Splenda anymore, just because the protein powder is sweetened anyway, and I am trying to reduce my tolerance for sweet things because I started noticing I started using more and more sweetener lately. Not that I believe it's bad for you, it's just a lot of stuff to keep track of and a lot of product to put. Like I said, I'm just trying to simplify things. I'll add my baking soda. This adds thicken things up. I'll also add psyllium husk. Again, this helps thicken things up quite a bit. I'll use about 1 tablespoon. So like I said, I will put 1 tablespoon of peanut butter too. That's it. So those are all my ingredients. And I'm going to start mixing this. Add water in a little bit, or almond milk. In fact, let's do almond milk. Actually no, I'll add water again for the sake of simplifying the ingredients. And you saw me the last few times I was using my silicone mold. This time I'm just going to be using this wax paper on the plate and just cut it into bars separately afterwards. Just a few drops at a time. There you go. You could do a lot more with this. You could add your syrup, for example. I have this kind of syrup that I add to my coffee. You could add flax seeds. You could add the sugar-free, fat-free Jello, even though that has still carbs in it. It could be an option. I have pumpkin pie spice. You could do cinnamon. Let's add some pumpkin pie spice. So again, I'm just do something super fast, very simple. You could probably even make this when you wake up in the morning if you have about half an hour to get ready. You could do that. cook in the microwave, put in the freezer as it's setting. You could just go get dressed and right before you leave, put it in a plastic bag, take it with you to work. So now I'm going to pour all of this onto my wax paper, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this. Alright, so then dump all of it onto the plate, onto the wax paper, just so it doesn't stick. And I did spray the wax paper a little bit too. I'm going to spread this on the sheet. Because we put the psyllium husk in it, it is going to start hardening up. And that was the idea anyway. And speaking of things you could add to this at this stage, I could put peanuts in it before I cook it. If you want to add more carbs, you could do raisins. You could do fruit if you want. Maybe banana slices. And we go to the microwave. So notice the height right now when I put in the microwave for 2 minutes. See how much it's going to change. And you'll see when I put in the microwave for 2 minutes, it is going to change. It's going to grow a lot. So, and in this case, 2 minutes is probably the maximum I'm going to be doing this for. You saw in the other videos I was cooking them for about 3 minutes, and the one with the oats I went all the way up to 5 minutes in increments. But I find that with just the simple protein ones, 2 minutes, maybe 2.5. It's enough time, but in this case, since it's just a lot flatter and a smaller batch, 2 minutes will be enough. Probably the worst part of this is that you can't just eat them immediately. They're going to be super hot and you want to make them a little bit colder. And what you can do, and what I do, is when I'm eating them with my coffee, I dip them in my coffee. The coffee makes them very soft. Okay, at the end of 2 minutes, look at the size of this pizza cutter. And it's still hot. So there it is, already cut into smaller pieces, and you'll notice I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. When you consider a regular protein bar, even if it's one of the more useful ones, they're all going to have at least 200 calories, anywhere from 15 to 20 grams of protein, hopefully, and hopefully whey protein, not mixed with soy or anything, and a lot more carbs and fat. So this one, you know exactly what you put into it, because this is practically your protein shake just made into a protein bar form. And in my case, my protein has, for 1 scoop, has 140 calories, 2.5 fat, 3 carbs, 1 fiber, and 25 grams of protein. We used half a tablespoon of peanut butter, which would be 8 fat, 3.5 total carb. There's like 4 grams protein, but I'm not counting the protein from peanut butter. Your cocoa powder is gonna have 20 calories and total 1 gram of fat, 6 grams total carbs, so 4 of it that's gonna be fiber, and 2 grams of protein. Again, I'm not counting the protein of this one. So I have 25 grams of protein here, and it's very low fat, very low carb. So I'm going to put them in the freezer now. Again, in 15 minutes they'll be ready, and I'll just take them with me to work tomorrow.